Today's video, I'm gonna be talking about how to become a barber with no experience. So there's no shortcuts. You're gonna need to get experience. So how do we get you there the quickest? So barber school or cosmetology school? So number one, go call your local schools, even call the government schools like a state college or a community college. Sometimes they might not have the barbering, but if they have the cosmetology program, just do it. Because those programs, usually since they're from the state, they're a lot cheaper. You can apply for FAFSA and you might even be able to go to school for free. So, and some high schools even offer that. I've seen some high school programs have what is called career centers and you can get it. So if they don't offer barbering and you're in high school and they have a career center that offers cosmetology, or a college, or a community college that offers cosmetology, just do cosmetology. The thing is, in this state, after 2 years of having your cosmetology license, you can actually apply to take your barber exam and become a barber. So get your license, whether it's barbering or cosmetology. Eventually you'll be able to switch over. And the whole thing is how to get there quicker. So therefore, they're gonna get you there fast. You're gonna get your license, and that's gonna get you the opportunity to get into a shop and start learning. Most barbershops, they'll take you whether you have a cosmetology license or barbering. Most barbershops, they don't even care as long as you have a license. So get a license. Another thing is, if they offer in the state that you're in an apprenticeship, I made a video on that, the difference between an apprenticeship, OJT, versus barbering college or barbering academy. So if you want, go watch that. That video talks about the differences of both, the pros and the cons, but maybe look for an apprenticeship. Those are harder to find, but if you can, find an apprenticeship. Now the other one is gonna be get a book. So I recently bought a book on Marketplace. I got it for $30 used. So 30 bucks for a textbook is pretty good for me because I looked on Amazon, brand new, they're like 140, whatever. So I actually have a student, an apprentice that's gonna start with me. So I bought it to let them borrow the book. So 30 bucks. So I would recommend go on eBay, go on Marketplace, look up for used barber books. You want to get the right ones. So go online, go to your local barber page from your city or your state. So if you're in, let's say, South Carolina, look up South Carolina Barber Board, call them, ask them which book you should be reading. And some editions are older, but they have most of the same context. So if you're not gonna go to barber school yet or cosmetology school yet, and you're gonna do that next year or whenever, and you wanna start now, just get a barber book, start reading it, start going over it, and get one that's used. It's the same thing. And some of them, you can get workbooks that come with the questions, but just get a book, a textbook, and start reading it. And then the other one would be just buy some clippers. I would recommend cheaper clippers, basic clippers. Don't get anything too expensive. Just start off, because you're just learning the basics. So later on, you're gonna want better quality, whatever, but you're learning the basics. Start off with basic clippers. Even if they have a cord and cheaper or whatever, just get some good basic clippers and get a good trimmer and a good shaver. So that's pretty easy to find. Some kits, you can even get all three for like 100 bucks. So invest in some clippers. Maybe right now Black Friday's coming up next month, so maybe you could get them even cheaper. So get clippers, a trimmer, and just start practicing. Don't start using the straight razor. That you could get in trouble with that. That'll be for another video, but just start off with the clippers. So another suggestion is start practicing. So get your brother, your little cousin, some of your friends, offer them free haircuts. Just start practicing. And I would suggest start off with basic haircuts, like all around buzz cut, like just one size buzz cut, or practice lining them up. Don't start with the fades and all that hard stuff yet. Start off with basic haircuts. And if you have a barber already, maybe ask them if you could go shadow them in the barbershop one day, or if they can come to your house, or if you have a barber that's your friend, or if you know someone that knows how to cut hair already, maybe they can shadow you. So while you're cutting your friend, or you're starting to practice on your brother, your cousin, whoever, they can shadow you and give you some tips while you're doing it. and tell them to have no filter. Tell them to just be blunt, and you're gonna learn a lot quicker that way. So what I'm telling you now is just ways to speed up the process instead of being that barber that cuts his friends maybe once a week, a couple times a week, and then after 4 or 5 years, then decides to go to barber school and all that. In 4 or 5 years, if you start right now and it takes you 1 year to finish barber school and then add another 4 years, in 4 or 5 years, you could potentially already have your own barber shop, or who knows where this career will take you. So the sooner, the better. Get it done. Go to barber school, get your license. And if you don't have anyone to practice on, get a used mannequin head. So go on Marketplace, get a used mannequin head that still has enough hair, obviously, so you could do some haircuts on, but get some used mannequin heads, start cutting, start practicing, watch YouTube videos. So when you're looking up YouTube videos, look up basic YouTube videos. Don't look up all that fancy stuff or stuff that is very advanced. That is all gonna discourage you and think, I can never do that. But in the videos, they don't tell you that it took them 5, 10, 15, 20 years experience to get to where they are now. So don't get discouraged. I mean, I'm only 5 years in full time. I went to barber school 2018 May. So since then, I've put in a lot of hours. So like my barber instructor told me, I'm gonna tell you guys is get to your first 1,000 haircuts. Once you get to your first 1,000 haircuts, you're gonna have an idea of how to cut hair. And then when you get to 10,000 haircuts and you've been learning along the way, then you're gonna be at a master level. So approximately that's gonna take anywhere from 5 to 10 years to get to a master level. And if you're just starting off, it's gonna take you probably at least a year to get to the 1,000 haircuts. So look at it that way. So if you don't even have 1 year experience, if you don't even have 1,000 haircuts yet, that's why you might get discouraged. But don't quit until at least you get to that 1,000 haircuts. By then, look back at what you've done, document all your haircuts, look back, and that's gonna encourage you and say, wow, look at how far I've come. But if you have no experience and you wanna just shortcut, there is no shortcuts. But the quickest way is an apprenticeship or barber school or cosmetology school. They're gonna get you ready and they're gonna get you that license, and that's gonna speed everything up. And you're not gonna be one of those barbers cutting hair in the garage or in a shed for 5, 10 years and then later decides to finally take barbering serious. So if you wanna take barbering serious, do these suggestions. And if you have any questions, put it in the comments and I'll catch you all on the next one.